Brantford Brant.
Mr. Speaker, today marks the one-year anniversary of a deadly attack on a Muslim family in London. 4 members of the Afzal family were deliberately hit and killed by a truck during an innocent evening walk. A spokesperson for the family rightfully criticized the federal government for its lack of action and hollow promises to prevent similar attacks in the future. Mr. Speaker, this is a serious offense. Will the Prime Minister ensure that this murderer receives a serious sentence?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, serious offences in this country are always punished with serious offences. That's why we're moving forward, Mr. Speaker, to increase penalties for certain gun infractions, Mr. Speaker, as Bill C-21 proposes. But, Mr. Speaker, we're also making sure that we attack systemic discrimination within our criminal justice system so that Indigenous Canadians, Black Canadians, are not overrepresented in that system.
Honourable Member for Brantford Brant.
More words, no action. Mr. Speaker, contrary to the government's claim, Bill C-21 is not about getting tough on crime, and it is not targeted at the gang members who are shooting up our streets. On the one hand, the Liberals try to increase the maximum penalty, but yet they push eliminating mandatory minimum sentences for a number of serious gun crimes under Bill C-5. And let's not forget last year they voted down our Conservative bill that proposed making the punishment harder for criminals using smuggled guns. Shameful. When will the Prime Minister put rights of victims first and commit to ending his soft on crime agenda?
The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, I genuinely hope that my honourable colleague and all Conservatives will read very carefully Bill C-21, which takes organised crime head-on by raising maximum sentences against organised criminals who would traffic across our borders, by giving police additional wiretap authorities to prevent gun crime from occurring in the first place. So I would encourage my honourable colleague to vote for C-21. And by the way, he should also vote for fighting against Islamophobia the next time there's a motion on the floor of this House of Commons. That's the kind of solidarity that we need to show for the Muslim community, especially today.
The Honourable Member for Sturgeon River Parkland.
Well, Mr. Speaker, this minister knows full well that Bill C-21 does nothing to tackle gangs and organized crime. This Liberal government, it's no surprise because this Liberal government always fails to get tough on hardened criminals. Under Bill C-5, they are removing mandatory minimum sentences for violent crimes committed with firearms. And in a recent Access to Information response, it was revealed that this Liberal government cut funding to combat gun and gang violence by more than half, failing to spend over $150 million targeted to fight crime. Why is this government reducing sentences for violent criminals and slashing funding for fighting crime?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it is the height of irony to hear an honourable colleague representing the Conservative Party of Canada talk about law and order when they put forward an agenda that has been repeatedly struck down by the Supreme Court of Canada in failed MMPs. When they cut nearly $1 billion from frontline RCMP officers and CBSA, which we had to put back and we did to protect our communities. Mr. Speaker, I hope that colleague will look at C-21 and vote for it. That's how we'll protect communities. Thank you.